Hello everybody, Hudson here, and today I wanted to talk to you about Apex Legends, the new Battle Royale game from Respawn Entertainment, stealthily dropped earlier this week and has been a hot topic ever since, thankfully for mostly the right reasons. So what's it all about? Well, it's a Battle Royale game. It's free to play, but it has some really interesting ideas that I think have been very well implemented. I've been playing quite a lot since it released and I've had a hell of a lot of fun playing it. The gameplay in the background is from a few recent matches that I managed to win with a few random players. I've played quite a lot of Battle Royale games over the last few years, but none have really got me that excited when I've tried them, and others have quickly faded away into memory. Apart from PUBG, I don't really tend to play the genre all that much anymore, but it's nice to feel excited about one again. Upon first look, you might think it closely resembles Blackout's style of fast-paced, action-packed gameplay, and you wouldn't be too far wrong, but I think it offers a lot more than the Call of Duty competitor. Apex Legends has a strong focus on team play, with only 3-man squads being available at launch. When you start a match, you get to pick one of the 8 legends, 2 of which you'll need to unlock either through playing or by buying them. They each fall into one of 3 loose roles, from a tank style to support and DPS styles, and they all have their own unique abilities to make use of. But having a team that consists of one of each roles isn't necessarily essential. It will just probably help you out a little bit more, as you can make use of each of the class's strengths. You then have a jump master who controls when and where your team will drop. If you want to, you can choose to peel off and go it alone, but it's kind of best to stay together. One of my favourite features, and probably the one that stands out the most with Apex, is the pinging system. With the simple click of a button, you're able to give detailed and accurate information to your teammates, such as where enemies are, where you last saw them, or even highlighting specific loot and weapons. The reason that I think this system is so important and game-changing is because the game has to be played with other people, but some people either don't want to talk to others or simply can't. But being able to communicate in a Battle Royale game is quite important, so being able to easily communicate what you see or where you think you should go without actually having to speak to anyone is a really effective and impressive system. It's very clear that Respawn have taken a lot of time working on the mechanics for teamwork and are really encouraging you to work as a team. But what's great about it is that it doesn't feel forced or intrusive. It all feels very natural, and that's what makes it so great. The ability to be able to revive down teammates is something that we have in pretty much all Battle Royale games, but Apex Legends kind of takes it one step further. If you get killed in the game and fully dead, you're not actually going to be out of the game, because your teammates have a chance to recover what is essentially a data chip from your body. They can then run to a respawn beacon that are dotted around the map and bring you back into the match. I really like this feature because sometimes if you die early in the game, you just kind of have to sit around and watch your friends play for another 20 minutes or so. But with this, it gives you another opportunity to jump back in the game and enjoy it without having to quit out or back out or anything like that. It also gives random players a bit more of a reason to stick around in games too. Each of the 8 legends feel fairly well balanced so far, but it's pretty clear that some are a lot more useful than others. Wraith's teleporter ability feels quite niche, although I'm sure that if you can perfect it, then it could be very powerful. Gibraltar's shield that pops up when aiming down sights is very visible and easily gives away your position from quite far away. But for the most part, they all feel equally useful and vulnerable, whilst offering a nice variation in playstyle. I'm sure it won't take you too long before you find your main. The gunplay and gameplay feel pretty well polished and fun, although there have been a few issues with crashes with some of the Nvidia drivers. Personally, I think that the time to kill in some instances can be a little bit high, especially when you're up against players with full armor of the highest tier. Firefights can become a little drawn out due to this, and I wouldn't be surprised if this got changed at some point. Maybe just take off one armor segment for each tier, that might make it a little bit better. There can also be a slight issue with the ammo economy. It can be a little bit sparse at times, and you can quite often find yourself without much ammo in your reserves, or simply just have none and have to run away from every single fight. The use of verticality across the map is also another highlight of mine. You can scuttle up walls to reach high places or vault over objects. There are zip lines dotted around that let you move from high ground to low ground, or vice versa with ease, and there is no fall damage, so you won't get punished for trying some epic flank over a 4-story building. Apex Legends has a lot of potential. It'll be very interesting to see how it progresses over the next few months with the upcoming Battle Pass, but early indicators are that it's widely loved, with over 10 million players having already tried it out. The fact that the game had almost no marketing done, bar the day one launch of streamers and content creators jumping on it, is very, very impressive. I think it's a pretty clear indication of how multiplayer only games will evolve over the next year or so. The slight issues aside, I think the gameplay is really, really solid. There are enough weapons to keep us going at the moment, and they are all varied and pretty fun to use. Even the microtransactions don't feel too overbearing or unnecessary, considering the amount of cosmetic items already up for grabs in the game. Paid for Battle Royale games just don't seem to work anymore. Bar PUBG, no other standalone Battle Royale game has really taken off with a paid model. It's clear that free-to-play is the consumer choice, and it's easy to see why. The casual player has no obligation to pay anything and can dip in and out as they please, whereas the more veteran players have the option to show support by buying some skins or even the season pass. I'm okay with this model as long as the microtransactions don't get too crazy, and it seems that with Apex Legends pretty much everything can be unlocked simply from just playing the game. Personally, I'm very excited for the future of this video game. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.